Hello everyone, I'm Susan Birch and welcome to another A Healthy New Zealand podcast. Are you concerned about your cholesterol? It's perfectly understandable if you are. For the last 70 years, we've been told that heart attacks are caused by cholesterol getting into our arteries, creating a buildup of plaque that cause heart attacks. A common analogy is the way our kitchen drains become blocked if we pour fat down the sink. We've also been told that eating animal foods will increase this cholesterol. Fortunately, in 2021, we know this isn't true, and there is much more to the cholesterol story than we've been led to believe. Unfortunately, this myth is taking a long time today, and that's the point of today's video. Many doctors today still talk about good and bad cholesterol and immediately turn to the prescription pad the moment they see high levels of cholesterol without understanding the nuances of cholesterol metabolism and what really causes heart attacks. Cholesterol is a life-giving molecule. It plays a vital role in the health and function of our body. It's been called the molecule of life because without it we die. It's so important for our health that most of the cholesterol in our body has been made by our liver and other cells. Cholesterol is involved in the structure of our cell membranes and where it helps control what goes in and out and manages the fluidity of these membranes. It plays an essential role in the synthesis of bile acids, and these are critical for digestion and absorption of fatty acids and fat-soluble vitamins from our small intestine. Many waste products, including cholesterol itself, are secreted into bile and then eliminated in the feces. Our reproduction hormones, estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, and our adrenal hormones, like cortisol, also depend on cholesterol. So no cholesterol, no sex. Sun interacts with cholesterol precursors in our skin to create vitamin D, and the immune cells rely on cholesterol to help fight off infections. So why do we fear this molecule so much if it's important to life? When we talk about good and bad cholesterol, we aren't talking about the cholesterol molecule. We're talking about the transport proteins that carry cholesterol around the body. Because cholesterol is a lipid, a fatty substance that can't dissolve in our watery blood, it needs to be carried on special transporters called lipoproteins. These come in different sizes and have different functions. And here's an interesting question to ask your doctor. If cholesterol caused blocked blood vessels, why doesn't it get into the veins and block them too? So what we call good and bad cholesterol are the LDL and HDL transporters. This stands for low density lipoprotein and high density lipoprotein. The LDL carry cholesterol to the cells that need it, and the HDL go and pick up the surface cholesterol and take this back to the liver. The cholesterol they both carry is exactly the same molecule, and they often exchange this between each other. The reason we call the LDL transporter bad is because this is easily damaged through inflammation and oxidation. Normal healthy LDL receptors are called pattern A. They are large, fluffy, and benign. When LDL have been damaged by inflammation and oxidation, they turn into a type of LDL called pattern B. The same inflammatory and oxidative triggers that damage the LDL also damage our artery wall. This initiates a cascade of events that allow these small, dense LDL to get into our arteries. The main trigger for this damage is a diet high in carbohydrates and linoleic acid from the omega-6 oils. These are found in junk food, highly processed foods, but also in many of the so-called healthy foods on the supermarket shelf. Check out my video about metabolic syndrome to understand how a high carbohydrate diet causes us to make a lot of triglycerides. High triglycerides on your blood test is a good proxy marker for pattern B, those small, dense, high-risk LDL. Markers to look out for on a blood test are triglycerides over 0.9 millimoles per litre and HDL cholesterol below 1.42 millimoles per litre. Another excellent marker is the triglyceride HDL ratio, and we're aiming for less than 0.87. This doesn't show up on a blood test, but you can work it out yourself by dividing your triglycerides by your HDL number. If you find these markers are out of range, it may be worthwhile talking to your GP about getting a lipid subfraction test to find out if you do have high levels of small, dense, high-risk LDL. The first step in any treatment plan is to reduce the carbs and seed oils in your diet and ensure you have good glucose control and insulin levels. High blood pressure is another indicator that these inflammatory and oxidation processes are taking place and is often a result of elevated insulin. If you're overweight, then losing weight can help to change pattern B back into pattern A. While most people have a positive response to making these changes, there are a few of us who, for genetic reasons, have high pattern B LDL. There are others, like myself, who are hyper responders to eating saturated fat. Our LDL skyrockets despite all our other markers being very good. And I'll talk more about these variations in another video, as it's a pretty complex topic. But for most people, the dietary changes and weight loss will work very well. And there are other tests that can be done for anyone who is concerned. Just remember that this video is not providing medical advice. The purpose is to better equip you to discuss your health with your doctor and make informed decisions. So please consult with your GP or specialist if you have any concerns or before you stop taking any medication. Thanks for taking the time to listen. Please like and share if you found this video helpful.